How are you? This is Tim Ward with Guard Digital Marketing. So I got this video coming to you with a few simple tips you guys can hopefully use to improve some of your online presence and traffic as a company. Now, I wanted to thank you real quick for letting us get this video out to you and taking time out of your day to talk to one of my team members for us to do so. Now, I have the homepage of the website pulled up. I always kind of like to start out on a Google search page here. Now, what I've typed in is a phrase that, a customer of yours, if they were looking for a company, didn't know who to use in your area, they would type a phrase similar to this or the exact phrase here when typing to find that company into a Google search. So we want to be able to rank on the first page for as many of these different phrases as possible. So again, we can maximize the amount of eyes, traffic, and conversion rates turning into paying customers as we can from an online search. So, why do we want to stick on the first page? It's for the most part pretty obvious. About 75 to 80% of people are going to stick on this first page when choosing a customer. Now, there's going to be a few ways to do that. This ad section, I tend to stay away from it unless you're needing customers right here, right now. Then I think it's an option. As some of the other options can take a little bit longer to be able to rank for. Ads is going to be kind of a pay per play type thing, but normally about 80% of the people, and I fall victim to this too. I tend to stay away from ads and completely disregard them as soon as I get on the page. I just don't think they seem as credible of a source or as a company to get my services done by them. Now, there's going to be two ways to do this organically as well. So you can rank your Google business profile organically, or you can rank your website organically. Both are great options. You can get about 30 to 40% of your traffic coming from a Google business profile if you're within this top three, just because it's closer to the top of the page. Of course, you can see reviews right off the bat and things of that nature too. That's really going to help when somebody's choosing a company to do the service for them. Now, with that being said, to be able to do this, obviously, of course, you need a Google business profile. Have it created, verified, completely filled out. Keep it up to date. So make sure you're getting great reviews. You're responding to those reviews. You're always putting in new pictures of the work that you guys do, so on and so forth. You can even create, say, citations across the web. So your name, address, and phone number, exactly as you see it on your Google business profile, different places across the web, just to create the popularity to your Google business profile, to have Google recognize that, and you can gain more power and trust with Google that way too. Now, some of that's kind of similar in how you are able to rank. Now, they are kind of a little bit similar in how you rank these, but can vary quite a bit too. So let's kind of look at this. Our top competitor when it comes to at least the website featuring is going to be Pyramid Roofing. So we'll take a look at their website here in just a second as well. Now, I kind of like to look at a website for a few main reasons. Obviously, aesthetic reasons. For the most part, those aren't going to be too huge of a factor, but it's nice to have a decent looking website. In your case, you guys do have a great looking website. There's no problems there. We got a couple good, what we consider call to actions to this click to get a free estimate down here. You may want to unsticky this. I'm not quite sure. I think it's in a decent location, but it can be a little bit hard to see. Now, another call to action up here for the call us today. So stuff like that can really help turning conversions. Now, you also have a lot of your social media linked, so that's all great too. The other main reason I'm typically looking at a homepage in particular is for the amount of content that's on it. Now, content's going to be huge when it comes to being able to rank your Google business profile, or sorry, not your Google business profile, your website, because we want to be able to typically, well, let me say this. Typically on a homepage, you're going to want 1,500 to 2,000 words of content alone just there. Now, it does depend a little bit on the area, the amount of keywords that are in it, and to see what your competition is doing too. Because if you stray too far from what the top competition is doing, you're probably going to look a little suspicious to Google. Because the main reason we want to stay as close to the competition as possible typically is we want this website to look exactly how it would be as if, quote unquote, a roofer in your area made this website for himself. So we want it to look organic, okay? But we also have to put some tweaks in behind it to make sure it's optimized so that you can still rank. Other than that, you guys have a decent amount of content, probably a little, you're obviously under that 1,500 to 2,000 words of content, but we'll have to see what your top competition is doing because you may not be too far from them. Other than that, typically too, every 150 to 200 words of content, you can then put in one of those keywords. Now, Omaha, Nebraska is probably going to have a larger amount of keywords, so maybe a little bit more content is going to be in the benefit in this area. But let's go ahead and take a look at Pyramid here real quick. So we can see a few of their call to actions too. Free quote, get a free quote. It looks like they have some homeowners pay online, maybe through their financing options, things of that nature. But you can see how this really stands out in my eye. So sometimes stuff like that will help. But these call to actions definitely help in conversions. Starting to get some content here. Let's see, how much do they have? Probably fairly similar in the amount of content you guys have, so I can't really knock too much there. You just want to make sure that we're getting in all the keywords that we possibly can. So you may have to break these pages down through the website a little bit more, like you guys have. You guys have broken down these pages quite a bit, which is always good too, to not oversaturate the amount of keywords per page either. And you want to have typically one main keyword per page, and then some other keywords that kind of help boost that other keyword up as possible. Now, next thing I always do for a quick comparison is using this paid program called Ahrefs that I have. I went ahead and I put both your guys' URL in here, and we can kind of see a few things going on with it. Now, these first two ratings here are what we call strength and trust ratings with Google. They are rated out of 100, but typically once you're in 30s and 40s, we know you have a decently powerful website. You typically don't see them this straying this far away from each other, so we'd have to do a little digging to figure out exactly what's going on here. DR is typically going to be for a strength and trust rating for your website as an overall, and then the UR more particular just for that homepage alone. So what that's making me think is most of your backlinks coming from your referring domains are linking to other pages of your website and not necessarily your home page. So your home page is kind of getting disregarded a little bit when it comes to building power and trust with it, which isn't a big thing. You just need to build more high quality backlinks from authoritative referring domains to that home page just to bring this up, right? Now you are indexing for over 250 keywords, bringing in about 26 organic traffic per month, and it looks like you guys are using some type of ad feature right now too, because you are getting some paid traffic as well. Now, if we go into your keywords to see what you are getting traffic from, we can kind of look here. So, um, looks like from one of your slate roofing pages under your roofing tab, you're getting some traffic from that. Omaha roofing and exteriors, getting a little traffic from that. After that, your traffic really tapers off because you're no longer on that first page, as we can see here. So even with the keywords that you wouldn't necessarily want to rank for, obviously slate roof repair, that's going to get you some customers. That's a buyer intent keyword there. But stuff like deck builders, Lincoln, Nebraska, right? 300 searches per month. But you're on that second page of Google, so not many people are seeing you, and you're only getting one click per month from that. Now, like Omaha roofing, that's a great keyword to be able to rank for. 100 searches per month. But on that second page of Google, again, there. Omaha roof repair, 400 searches a month, but on that second page of Google as well, possibly even third. So you got to be able to rank, and you can see some of these keywords that we're looking at here looks like they're located on your home page, and maybe that's why they're not able to rank that much, is because we haven't built much power and trust through that home page yet. Now, next thing in particular here, we have Pyramid Roofing. This is them in that same paid program. You can see their DR and UR a little bit more evened out. Obviously, your whole website has more power and trust, but they have evened this out quite a bit. They have quite a few more backlinks than you, I believe. Yes. So it looks like the backlinks that they have aren't going to be as high quality as yours necessarily. Rocking around the same amount of keywords, but the traffic is way different, and they are running some paid traffic too. I'm more interested in organic, so let's kind of see what they're getting here. Now, they are getting obviously some traffic due to their company name, which is obviously we're going to see that. Now, this keyword that I exactly typed into Google is something that they're ranking for, right? 450 searches a month for roofing Omaha NE. They are ranked position 2, which we saw. So they're getting about 70 traffic per month just from that keyword alone. Okay. Now you can see all these buyer intent keywords that they're ranking for in Omaha. That's going to bring them in a lot of leads per month. Now this is the stuff you want to be able to do. So we'd have to do some more research, really dig into their website, kind of see what they're doing and what they're not, and not exactly copy it, obviously, but replicate it some. If they're doing something right, then you can replicate it some. And obviously, you don't want to stray too far, because this is what Google has as their kind of um, their reference point for their ranking in this area. So we want to be able to replicate it some, maybe go a little bit above and beyond in certain areas that I know is going to work. But other than that, you want to keep it fairly similar to what they're doing. So overall, I hope some of this information is going to help you out in ranking, your Google business profile, your website, or both. Um, if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me. Um, Also, if you need me to elaborate on any information, please feel to do that as well. Other than that, I do appreciate you taking time out of your day for that phone call, again, for getting this video out to you. And if you got to this far in the video, I appreciate you watching it all the way through as well. And then other than that, have a great rest of your day, and I hope to hear from you soon.